Hey guys, welcome to yet another video of the ATV that I've been building for a long time now. To be honest with you, I'm lengthening this project kind of as I go, not by intention, but by way of figuring out what still needs to be done. Speaking of that, one thing I want to do, which would be important, is make these wheels for the front wheels at some point. And on eBay, the same electric motors, they sell them. Or a lot of people are just selling that bottom part. And I don't care if the batteries are good. What I want to do is have a switch that says it will be basically like a four-wheel drive switch. I don't think y'all can see what I'm talking about. Basically what I want to do is have like a switch right around here. It'll be a four-wheel drive switch. I think that would be cool. Or I'll make it a lever. They'll say 2x2, 4x4, because it's already incredible on two-wheel drive. Because again, it acts like it has a lot differential. Well, basically it does. So what we've done is we've relocated the motor. Let me get a flashlight. Y'all can't see nothing. Alright, here we go. Now we're cooking. So we got all the components. There's the brain box. All the wires are in. I put the circuit breaker in. That went in just fine. So all the wires are in, pretty much ready to go. Really not even waiting on anything in particular. Yeah, that can just tuck away. But yeah, that's pretty much good to go. Like I said, I'll put the four-wheel drive switch right around here. And I'll make an entire new front end. Again, more work for me, but you know, that's part of the journey, is discovering new ways of doing things and experimenting with it. You know, it is what it is. No harm, no foul, right? But that'll be that. And I'll go ahead and I don't need to find wheels. I can just use these. So that'll work fine. But you make wheels just like I did for those that go over the original wheel. Because that has the keyway in it. And I would have to pay somebody to manufacture a keyway for me, which would be a pain in the butt. So it would be kind of the same concept, or it'd be those panels of wood that have been screwed together. The tire would go over it. I'd have to true it, like I did last time, as much as I can at least. That was not easy. But yeah, we'll do that. Everything else is going really good. To attach this, I'm ditching those little pole ideas there. I'm fed up with that. I'm done with that. I'm not liking it. What we're gonna do instead, because the ground clearance is limited here. I know that this is the lowest I know that this part right here is the lowest I can have it. So, having that in mind, I have to know that I can't have any less than well, that's considered the lowest point of the vehicle. Let's see. Nope, it's not in here. Where is it? There it is. Alright, so lowest point of the vehicle, the ground clearance is 4.75 inches. That's the lowest point. Okay? So, as long as those frame rails don't go below 4.75 inches, we're good to go. So, that's all I know. That's all I need to know. Hold on. Let's get the thing. There it is. So it's going to go right across, right around here. I'm going to have to be careful with hooking them into the batteries. I think what I'm going to do is take the batteries out first because they just plug in, which is a good thing. No, actually one of them is hardwired for the lights and brakes and all that other stuff. So one is hardwired. Crap. Oh well. We'll deal with that later. Because I'm trying to get the bolts. I will do the best I can to get the bolts right in between the battery and here. Got a good inch to work with. So as long as I'm not bad with my calculations, we won't have any issues with that. We just got to make sure we don't go into the battery. I'll draw a line. I'll outline it. Then after that, I want to stick my new frame rails up in there. But before we stick them up in there, we're going to have to paint them. So I just got to measure how long I need it, then cut it out, paint them separate outside the ATV, and then we'll install them later. They'll go all the way back to here. That'll give it a lot more structural strength. Yeah. Yep, that's what we're doing. That's today. I hope we can be finished by today. Alright guys, wish me luck. Alright. Now it's time. I'm going to back y'all up so we got more room to see. Please don't trip over the organizer. Cool, yeah, that's better. I'll give y'all close-ups when I can. You guys hungry? I made some eggs and I had some coffee. You guys like a lot of eggs or little eggs? Some people don't like eating any eggs at all. I love eggs. Can't get enough of it. We should be better on filming today. Shouldn't run out of space like we did last time. I moved all the music that was on the SD card to my laptop, and then deleted it. The same with a lot of photos. I need an external hard drive quick. Alright, we gotta get the drill and the battery. Batteria. Grab the Ryobi battery. Not a fan of Ryobi, but my dad's friend gave me old tools, and the batteries he had for them were bad. And so with the skill, there were skill tools and then there were Ryobi. It was a combination of the two. So as for the skills, I just made a battery. The Ryobi, just bought one. So it worked out quite well. So first thing we gotta do is undo what we did. It's gonna be better to just take these screws out. Ooh. Okay. Don't make fun of me, guys. Here's the old metal for the battery tray, by the way, in case anybody's interested in seeing that. I think it's, I want to say it's 16 gauge steel. Alright guys, so I'm just going to have to do little film updates because we're, once again, running out of space. Alright, see ya. Alright, here's where we are. We got the frame rails in, or the new chassis bars. Instead of cutting those, focus. There we go. Instead of cutting these out, I just bent them. Used the rubber mallet. I figured why not. It doesn't hurt nothing. But now we're mocking up where the bolts are going to slide through. I'm going to use these bolts. Focus. Yeah, I'm going to use these bolts. Nope. Oh well. Gonna use those bolts, slide them through their holes, and just give them one good whack. That's gonna show me where I need to drill. And then I'll thread them through. They shouldn't come out. At least I don't want them to. If those don't work, we got other bolts. You know what? Let's use the bigger bolts. Where is it? There's one. There's two. We're going to use the thicker bolts. Yeah, just in case. Because this goes through quite some heavy duty stuff. Figured why not? Alright, so let me take this teeny weeny little guy out. I do have a couple of these super extra long bolts, which I could use that. What do you guys think? Trying to figure out if I use that, do I have a nut for it? No way. Not that lucky. Let's see if I have a nut for it. Ooh. I don't believe it, but I believe we do. Well, I mean, sort of believe it. This is why you don't throw away anything. Yeah, that's a little tip for everyone that's watching. Never throw away your nuts. Keep your nuts with you at all times, because you never know when you're going to need your nuts. Let's see. So that locking nut works. This guy doesn't work. It's not the same thread pattern. This locking nut seems to be, though. Yeah, this locking nut's the same thread. All I have to do is hold this nut, use the impact on that side. That'll work. Let's check that other bolt. Almost like flag bolts, but they're not. By the way, these came from bicycles. Ooh, it's a little pinchy. Nope, that's not gonna work. We got it. Alright, so we got 2 nuts and bolts. We're gonna use these because these are probably gonna be the strongest by far. Cool. We found what we needed. This is why you keep everything. But try to organize it. I've been trying a lot harder to keep my stuff organized. So that's what we're going to do. That and that. There we go. That's what it's going to be. That should be plenty of strength to hold it where I want it. Should be more than enough. And then we got to figure out what we're going to do for the shock. Hopefully, maybe the way I hook it up will be shocking. Ha 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 ha. We'll see. Alright guys, stay tuned. Hey guys, so here's where we are right now. This is pretty much built. It's about ready to go. We're going to have to mess around with a new way to mount the tow hitch because that single, the new shock, which is this, it's got to go over, well, it's got to go here, and I got to put 2 spacers in right here to hold that in, because if I put this in without the spacers, it'll just bend the rod, which I don't have a bolt long enough to go from here to here, but I have this metal rod, and I'm going to use that. That actually came out of an old printer, so I'm going to make the hole just big enough and then hammer that through. That's the plan for that. And I have 3 holes here. I have 3 holes here, and those are kind of like your settings. Move the computer down to here. I thought the wires would be long enough. They're not. I have the frame rails in that I told you guys a long time ago I was going to put in. or maybe I didn't tell you guys, but they go from all the way to the back to the front, and they're just attached through the plastic body with a lot of screws. This is going to keep this whole plastic shell from flexing and moving around a lot. The batteries are doing phenomenal in their new location. You see them? They're up in there. I thought for a while, I had screwed up the controller, but it needs this little, thank God I didn't lose it, but there's this little, see that little, okay, see that little white piece? Right there? That piece is actually, no, not that piece, hold on. Where is it? No, I can't get it on camera. Anyways, there's this little piece you have to put in, and it's like an activation card almost. And if you don't put it on, this won't work at all. It acts like it's charging. There's no service light, but it just keeps going bloop, bloop. Like it keeps doing this wave, which it does that when it's just charging. So, yeah. Thank goodness I was able to fix that. But that's pretty much it. I just got to get that shock in. Once that shock is in, we should be about good to go. That one shock is going to be plenty strong, and I was testing it a little bit, and it rides very smooth, and it's so much more stable. Doesn't want to roll. You know, the space, the width that I added, 7.5 inches, is a huge difference. And you can see how much wider that is. That's a big difference. It's about a third of the width longer. And it lines right up with the front wheels. Nice and straight. Everything seems to be pretty stable. But, I gotta fix this little bit of a wiring issue that we're having. I don't know what it is, but we'll fix it. It's no biggie. It'll get done. I think some solder broke off, but we'll fix it. We'll fix it. Stay tuned. Alright. So far, so good. This single shock thing ain't gonna work so well. We're gonna go back to the old shocks. I think the biggest issue was that they weren't straight up and down. We'll make those straight up and down. So hopefully that will improve its ability to actually absorb rather than to ignore it. This is actually too stiff, and that doesn't work. That has a 650-pound load. That's what it can handle, so that's crazy. It's got a much cooler stance to it, though. I'm used to all that stuff being over here, so it's weird saying it without that. I might chop this off because, no, I need that for the tow hitch. Never mind. I was going to say, because it just looks weird. It'll all be painted black tomorrow. So, y'all can look forward to that. It won't be too bad. But, yeah. I gotta put that little plastic pieces back in here. I think I still have the wood for that. Pretty sure I do. I hope I do. Then I gotta just put the pedal back in. Simple things like that. One thing it is doing that I am not a fan of, which I think they can fix, because this bottom chassis isn't attached to really the main frame, it's pushing up. But I think if I put a piece of wood going from here down to here, here to here, that'll fix that. Well, it should. We'll see. So far, so good. I got the lights and stuff to work. Pretty bright. Kind of bright. Those are more designed for space, not so much, doesn't have, the throw isn't as long, but it's wider. See, my camera light pushes out more. The lens is designed to let the light cast out further, but in person it looks plenty bright. So far so good. It drives much better. It handles good. Tougher. Not worried about it. Tipping over is easily. Much better with that. Brake light's not, I think the cable got bit, yanked on just a little too much. I was ripping stuff out so quick. Oh well, figured out. But yeah, maybe re-establishing those shock towers. And then we can put the tow hitch back here in the center. I don't have to worry about that either anymore. Take all this crap out. But yeah. So far so good. Alright, well, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe for more, go ahead and do that. You can get more cool ATV builds like this one. Like I said, there's plenty more to come. I'll film it for you guys and tell me in the comments what you think of this, if you have any suggestions or recommendations. But I'm going to continue working on it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.